Hey guys, what's going on? Paul here. Welcome back to another Cardano catch-up where we'll take a look at some of the main news, items and events from around the Cardano ecosystem in the last few days. The Chang hard fork is getting closer day by day. We'll take a look at the latest readiness from the community with SPOs, exchanges, tooling. Also, we got the alpha release of the partner chains from IOG. We'll take a very quick look at that. Really good updates on interoperability with Nufi releasing the ability for Metamask holders or Metamask users to interact with Cardano dapps. Updates from different projects like IAGON, World Mobile, COPI, a few different wallet updates. Cover all of that. Timestamps will be down below. If you get value, please do share it out. Give the video a like, comment questions or anything down below, and let's jump into it. Okay, kicking it off looking at the updates from the Chang hard fork and where are we right now. So just for anyone not familiar with this will happen in two parts. The first part is what we're talking about here with the readiness from SPOs and the community and the exchanges. So Chang hard fork update number 1 will deploy governance features to Cardano and enter the technical bootstrapping phase. So this year a lot talks about governance. It does bring some aspects of scaling and other improvements to the chain, but governance is the really big one that is coming in this hard fork. That will be the bootstrapping phase, and then there will be a second hard fork later on in the year that will fully move CIP 1694 out of the technical bootstrapping phase and into the final features of on-chain governance with DREPs and the ICC, which was recently elected. And actually we got some updates on that. That is this document here. If I go to the top, the CIP 1694 initial governance settings. This is the recommendation from the governance parameters working group. So I will leave a link to this down below. If people want me to go through it, then maybe we can do that and look at what are some of the suggestions for the different parameters on Cardano moving forward. So this is what governs how the chain operates and what are the specific requirements there in terms of stake and different aspects like that. So we go back to look at the readiness then. So if you come in here, then you can see that, let's go on down. In terms of the core infrastructure, it looks like we're ready on all aspects, all up to node 9.1.0, and with Cardano CLI slightly different and DB Sync as well. Looking at the environments now, the preview network did hard fork to the... It did have its hard fork today, as far as I'm aware. I haven't just got to follow up on that yet. That is so that dapps and everyone can test out first of all on the testnet to make sure everything is okay and make sure that their dapps and everything they use on chain is working as it should be in the new era. And if you look then at stake pools, 3,109 stake pools in total, 378 are up on this version already, with 31.71% of stake is ready on this node release. So that means that of the ADA that is delegated or staked in the network, the pools associated with that, 31.71% of them are upgraded to the correct version, and I would expect over the next week we'll see that number go up a lot quicker, and that is the important one to keep an eye on here because they are the ones that are producing the most blocks in the network, and that's what needs to be satisfying the criteria here for the hard fork. Then we look at the exchange readiness, and currently the 3 biggest exchanges haven't started upgrading yet, and this is in terms of liquidity. So Binance with 17.5%, Whitebit, not one that I've used before actually, at 15%, HTX at 8.4%, Coinbase, I'm surprised at how low that is at 3.65%. They have started. OKX, KuCoin, Gate have all started, and they're some of the ones, MEXC as well, that do support Cardano native assets. So it's good to see that they are upgrading now, and hopefully we'll start to see the likes of Binance starting very soon, because that is a big one and that is a big turning point in terms of readiness. Coming on then, you look at tooling. In terms of tooling, we're getting there with some of the bigger ones already updated, and then some of the other ones in progress at the minute. I will leave a link to this below for anyone who wants to check it out. You have the indexers, you have the tools, you have the wallets, and then you have the dapps, but I don't think there's nothing in on the dapps yet. No one is declaring whether they are ready or not. I think with the preview hard fork today, we'll start to see updates there as these protocols are able to test on that one now. Next, we take a look at IOG announced the alpha version of the partnerchain's Toolkit. So this is something we have heard a lot about over the last year, heard a lot about overall how things are going to be with it, but not the specifics in terms of the airdrop. I know people are going to ask about it. We haven't heard anything on that yet. That is an airdrop for any ADA holders, but as soon as I hear something, we'll let you know. What this one here is, there is a blog post that goes with it. Not that long, so we'll leave a link if anyone wants to check it out. We did first hear of partnerchains back at the Cardano Summit last year when Charles announced it, and that Midnight was going to be the first of this. So we're watching to see how Midnight works. World Mobile have said that they will look at the Model 2 and try and implement parts of it for their own network. But with Midnight, and if we go over to the IOG GitHub here, you can see that partnerchain's node, this is the first version. It's a substrate-based blockchain node written in Rust. It's designed for the operation of Cardano partnerchains. The node facilitates creation, management of partnerchains that integrate with the Cardano ecosystem. So this is something that the likes of myself as the stake pool operator can run this to be a part of the Midnight network, and for that I would earn rewards and earn rewards for my delegators. So we all, or most people, are going to be aware that Cardano staking rewards are going down. It's just the way that the network is set up, that the initial pot that pays out a lot of the rewards is going down slightly every epoch. So as that gets smaller, then the returns that people get smaller as well. Now on that side, transaction fees, as we get more transactions on the network, there's more transaction fees taken in every epoch, and they do contribute to the staking rewards too. But at the current rate, we need to see a big uptick in transaction fee or transactions, hence transaction fees, to start bringing that percentage back up. But things like partnerchains contributing rewards there could also help with the returns for delegators at that point. That's all we have for now, but as soon as there is more, I will let you guys know. I just want to mention World Mobile there was some updates during the week from them, and I haven't seen the official documentation yet on the World Mobile network and how that's all going to work with WMTX. There was talk that, or not talk, it is in audit at the minute, the bridge to swap your token from WMT to WMTX, and that should go out in September. Talk maybe of some of the mainnet coming out in around then as well, but no confirmed dates or anything like that. If you look here, batch 2 of the Airnodes is going to drop on August 7th, and the first payout went out for batch 1 in the last few days. Actually, August 1st is when this post is from yesterday, and this I think was a double payment. So this is someone who had 2 Airnodes. This is, as you can see in the picture, is the physical device that is set up. Reno was the first place that these were put out. For people that use that connection and pay for it, then the Airnode operator is the one that earns some of the profit. So the person who owns the device, and then the device is on someone's property, so they also get a small cut of it too. But definitely due some more updates or a catch up with some of the World Mobile team fairly soon. And if you are following World Mobile, then make sure you are over on Free's channel, Dapp Central. Every second Saturday they do a live stream talking all about the latest updates on World Mobile. In terms of project updates then, with IAGON, I sat down with Navjeet this week for a live stream AMA. Got really good interaction with the community. A lot of people came in and joined in to ask questions and hopefully get all of the answers they wanted about what's been happening with IAG, because there is a lot going on there. If you look here, one of the biggest ones that was concentrated on was the hardware side of things, and how IAGON are having their own hardware device created. It is currently in testing, Cyclone. So just like you would have a Synology or you would have a QNAP or any of the devices that are dedicated to storage, they're going to have Cyclone. And they're testing it at the minute. They've done some benchmarks and the results look really, really good. As soon as this is available, I will be putting my name in to try and get one and set one up to see how it goes. And this is for contributing storage capacity to the IAGON network. It will in the future also provide compute, and compute, if we look over here, I think actually that's something different. We'll get to that in a minute. So compute is now out for testing. So there are some testers using compute. This is where people provide their compute power to the network, and just like users can use the storage capacity, you can also take advantage of the compute and pay for that. Another one, Click, is something that is going to debut at Rare Evo. So that is sharing your contact information simply through the IAGON network. There's also a messaging app which is going to come out later on in the year. I don't know if they mention it here. I don't see it here, but December is the timeline for that coming out. So that is going to be something like Telegram, where you have private messages, end-to-end encryption of your messages, all utilizing the IAGON network. What I like is they are building up the network that is there for capacity or for storage and for compute, but they're also building other things on top of that. They're also behind the hackathon that is happening at Rare Evo in 2 weeks. So I'm looking forward to seeing what the projects bring together there to actually build on top of the IAGON network. And they had the recent buyback of 80,000 ADA worth of IAGON. I did like to see that it did go through ADA Markets, which is the DEX aggregator that I'm a part of. They did use it for this buyback, and the 80,000 ADA was split over 6 different DEXs. So that means there's less of an impact on each of the individual DEXs, and they get the most value back for their funds. And just when we're talking on ADA Markets there, we did put out a release in the last 2 days, which was some enhancements on the big release that went out 2 weeks ago. So it was some improvements in terms of user feedback. Things like the aggregation will now work without having your wallet connected. A few different things in the back end in terms of the order book dexes and how often they're utilized and how the algorithm works slightly on that. Some small UI tweaks and UX features gone into the front end too, and there's a few other dexes in the works at the minute to be integrated. But on the giveaway that we done last week, the 250 ADA was given to 2 traders that were picked at random. So any trade on ADA Markets gives you 1 entry into this, and then every Saturday we pick 2 winners. This week there will be 4 winners thanks to GeniusYield, who have provided 3,500 gens tokens for us to give away to some of the traders on ADA Markets. So GeniusYield is one of the recent dexes that we integrated. They are an order book dex on Cardano. So they have their own bots as well that you can run to be a part of how the protocol works to help fulfill orders. Also, they do run competitions, so make sure you follow them too. Competitions for anyone who wants to create their own bots that can run on the DEX. And the reason they do this is because what this does is this encourages more people to trade on the DEX, provide market making strategies, which gives a better experience for people actually trading. And the more liquidity that goes in there, then the more times you're going to see them in things like the ADA Markets algorithm, where we recommend the best DEXs for you to get the best prices back. So the more liquidity that's on each of these DEXs, then the more chances that there is of them showing up in the algorithm. So make sure you check out GeniusYield. And for ADA Markets, let me know any feedback you have or any features you would like to see integrated, because we are continuously working away on the lending and borrowing aggregator. The work has begun on that too. Cornucopias then, a quick mention for them. They have released COPI and LP staking over on the EVM network. So if you're providing LP on Ethereum or Binance or Base, then you can now stake that, as well as staking your COPI tokens. The node staking did go live this month, or actually in the last 2 days. So you had till the end of July to stake your COPI node. That's done through their own platform. And then for that, you earn the July rewards. And going forward, then you will be earning staking rewards. You don't have to set up the node just yet. I'm sure that's going to come very soon. And when it does, I will let you know here. Looking then at the wallet infrastructure on Cardano, we do have some really good wallets out there. So just to highlight some of the updates in that, you have the Begin wallet, who have this feature here for notifications. So if you like to keep up to date with the markets and what's going on, then you can use the Begin wallet, and you can set notifications on any Cardano native assets that you want. Get notifications when things happen, because look, if you see that the token is IAG here gone up by 17.5%, maybe it's time to lock in a bit of profit, or maybe there's something going on that you're thinking you want to be ready to get back, to get deeper into it on a pullback. But whatever it is, you can keep an eye on it using the notifications. One other thing on Begin that I didn't mention in the last video was this one here, the Begin ID. I really like this aspect. So we do have a handle on Cardano, which is a great system to have, where you can go in and you can mint the NFT, and then you can use that for sending funds to, or you can give the ADA handle to someone to send you funds. Begin have their own version of that, but it is actually free. So when you open up your Begin wallet, you can claim your begin.id. And then when you have that, anyone else currently with a Begin wallet can send you funds just by having that Begin ID. And if you look down here, there is an SDK that they are looking to see will other wallets integrate. So then once that's integrated, then what can happen is people can send from any wallet that actually supports this. For me, the onboarding of this makes it so much easier, is that you're telling someone to get started, and if they download Begin, set up their Begin ID, you can send them their first ADA without having to use QR codes or having to look at the long address and worry that you're getting it wrong. You just send it to whatever ID they actually set up. Another really good wallet in the ecosystem, one that I'm actually part of the ISPO. So anyone in my stake pools will be able to claim some of the Tokeo token later on this year when it does get to TGE. They gave some updates here that they say there are new features coming out soon, several partnerships to be announced. This one here was the biggest one for me. The Android beta is going live soon. This is one I have kept onto them about because I want to get my hands on it to be able to use it. I'm not an iOS user, I am an Android user, so I'm looking forward to getting my hands on it. Everything I've seen so far and the feedback has been really good about this wallet too. If you're iOS, then definitely do check it out. And BTC and Doge wallet builds are underway. That's a really good aspect for me, is that they are going to be looking cross-chain, so it's not just a Cardano wallet. They will be supporting other assets like BTC and Doge, and Begin is also going to support Bitcoin. It's going to be a Bitcoin wallet too. So these types of things I think are very good. So just on interoperability then and wallets and what they're doing, Nufi had a big update today, and that was with Metamask. So now Metamask users can interact with Cardano dapps without having to download any extra wallet. So it is something that they have done using Snap technology. So if I show you here, actually it's coming out in the next Metamask version, but if you turn on the developer side, you can get these releases earlier. So what I've done is I have done that on a separate browser here. So you can see this is the Finance staging site. So this is their testing site where they put out new features like this. And if I go to connect wallet now, I can see Metamask is here. So if I click on Metamask, now I've already set this up. The first time I done it, I got the prompt that I need to add the add-on for Metamask, which was the Cardano wallet, and it just takes you step by step through that. Maybe I'll do that in a separate video if people are interested. But you see now when I've connected, it has picked up an ADA address. Now this is derived from my Metamask wallet. I didn't have to create a different wallet with a different seed phrase or anything like that. It all comes from the Metamask wallet. And then down here they have Cardano wallet, which is from Nufi. So this is how you actually interact here. Now I could get the address and everything there, but this is how you interact with it, and then it is backed up by MetaMask. So you could come in here, you could buy ADA if you wanted. I could copy out the address there. I could send any ADA or anything to this. Once I have funds in here, which I will load up maybe later on, maybe I'll do a full video of how to actually install the whole thing, how to load it up, and then how to interact and do some trades here on Finance with the MetaMask wallet. It's great to see aspects like this coming along for interoperability. Things like this I think are really important so that new people into the ecosystem don't have to go to find out about new wallets and download them. I know I mentioned two really good wallets today with Begin and Tokeo, but it is great to have these types of aspects for people who want to get involved first and they don't have to go out and try and learn something completely new. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you got some value. Do share it out, let people know what's going on, and I will talk to you soon.